prosecutor in New York. How does this fit in with his reputation?
Yeah, as the U.S. Attorney in Manhattan, Jim Comey had no trouble going after very prominent defendants, including housewares maven Martha Stewart back in the days when I covered him. As Deputy Attorney General under President George W. Bush, he famously threatened to quit over a secret surveillance program. That episode, a lot of folks might remember because it involved a hospital bed confrontation when Attorney General John Ashcroft had taken very ill.
And now he's being criticized by both Democrats and Republicans. It strikes me, though, that even some of his most vicious critics are not accusing him of being a partisan hack exactly. Well, they're imputing his motives, but sort of in a different way.
That's right. No real evidence of law breaking here at all by the FBI director. More a violation of Justice Department traditions and norms. Only talking when you're going to charge somebody with a crime and convict somebody. Not talking so much about things that you disagreed with about their behavior and then deciding not to bring any charges. 100 former DOJ prosecutors have signed a letter to that effect. It's worth noting, too, Ari, if Hillary Clinton wins the White House, she's going to have to live with Jim Comey for a long time. He's got 7 years left on his term.
NPR Justice Correspondent Carrie Johnson, thank you.
You're welcome.
In Syria, a group of Western journalists and analysts have been given a rare invitation to visit the capital, Damascus. Officials say they want the world to see their side of the conflict and not simply focus on hard-hit rebel areas. NPR's Peter Kenyon was one of those invited, and he's in the capital city now. And Peter, first of all, you're getting a glimpse of Damascus. What are you seeing?
Well, the first thing to say is I've seen some of Damascus, not the working-class neighborhoods, certainly not the pro-opposition suburbs. You work in Damascus, you work with restrictions if you're a journalist, and that hasn't changed. I do have hopes of seeing more, but what I've seen so far suggests a city trying to carry on with life despite the conflict. And we have to say that's possible here, because unlike in a place like eastern Aleppo, here there's dependable electricity, there's water, healthcare, people still go to jobs. A lot of tension just underneath the surface, though. Many checkpoints, a lot of military and police on the street. So it is carrying on, but tense.
What do you think is behind this invitation from Syria's government now?
What we just discussed is part of it. Many Syrians I've met clearly expected the Westerners to be shocked that Damascus isn't one big mass of flaming rubble. And one reason they thought we'd be surprised is they haven't let very many Western journalists into the city in recent years. I don't think I've been here since 2008. Approximately, but the second reason, I think, is that officials wanted us to hear their side of the conflict face-to-face. And despite all of these investigations, international commissions looking into the government's actions, Syrian officials tend to ignore that and blame Western media coverage for all their problems. A popular